So what is Arbonne? That is something that most people are asking. So I'm going to explain to you in the basic form what it actually is and why so many people have decided to start an Arbonne business on the side of what they already do. And you're probably already aware that 47% of Arbonne consultants are actually professionals. So people that have got the type of job like a doctor, consultant, lawyer, podiatrist, that kind of job where the income's fabulous, but they just don't have any free time. So they have an Arbonne business on the side, an online business that runs 24/7, that generates that extra income without taking time away from what they already do. So I'm going to explain to you what it actually is, because this is something that people ask a lot of. So shops, let's just draw, this is a manufacturer that makes products. So products are made, so let's say a bottle of shampoo is made. That bottle of shampoo might cost 3p to make, let's say 3p to make a bottle of shampoo, and then it goes on a process before it actually gets into the hands of the consumer. So let's say that you are the consumer and you want that bottle of shampoo and you pay about £4 for that bottle of shampoo. And the reason why it's gone up in price so much is because of the middle process. So obviously the manufacturers want to make a profit, so they put the price up, and then you've got the lorry driver that takes it to the wholesaler. They obviously get paid. The wholesaler get paid with their advertising. Lorry driver to the supermarket. You've got your retailers. Obviously retail is about sorry, not retail, advertising is about 80% of the cost of the product. So you're basically paying for a product that 80% is actually just paying for it to be advertised to you. Then you've obviously got the shelf stacker, the till person, the bag packer, the store manager, the staff, all of these staff at the supermarket. So by the time you end up with your product, it's gone up in price by sometimes even 95%. A product can go up in price by. So obviously, to keep this end price down, they have to make sure that when it begins, it starts off as cheap as possible. So what companies do to maximize the profit in the middle, to maximize and squeeze every drop out from that product, they make the ingredients as cheap as possible. So what they actually do, it's really sneaky, is they'll advertise something. So let's say a bottle of coconut shampoo, and you go, oh, coconut. They probably put like less than 1% of coconut in there, and then the rest of the bottle they just fill out with a filler, a cheap filler or a cheap bulking agent. And what they use to bulk these bottles is something that other companies don't want, a waste product of something else. So if you think about food and you think about cheap food, a lot of cheap food is just bulked with waste products from something else. So I used to think about this like McDonald's. I don't know how McDonald's is now because I don't go, but years ago McDonald's used to just take all the rubbish and the waste products from everybody else. So their nuggets were just filled with all the byproducts from everything else. It's disgusting. That's like how products work. So what they do is they fill their bottles with all the byproducts that nobody else wants, and they pay pence for gallons and gallons of the stuff like formaldehyde-donated preservatives, which is what they embalm dead bodies in, sodium lauryl sulfate, mineral oil, which is a byproduct of petrol, parabens, all of these things that are linked to diseases and is what keeps cropping up in the NHS. People are coming in with problems on their skin or within their body. They're growing these toxic diseases. You know, it's like the common cause of people being ill these days, the big C word, and a lot of it is linked to these toxins that we're putting into and onto our bodies. But most people aren't aware that companies aren't told not to do this. There's not the laws against them like there is food. So it's absolutely ridiculous. What Arbonne does, it cuts that whole process out. So Arbonne products are made with high quality ingredients, 100% ingredients, and there's no shop, there's no advertising, and there's no middle costs. What happens is you order online, so www.arbonne.com.uk, you order from a consultant's website, and then that is delivered straight to your door. So if you want your bottle of coconut shampoo, that's delivered straight to your door. And the great thing is, number one, it costs you less. So it costs less because, one, they're not using cheap ingredients. They're not going through the whole process that we just talked about a minute ago. The product that you get has got no filler in and no bulking agent. So rather than it lasting you a week, it will last you 6 months to 9 months. So it lasts a lot longer, a bit like squash, a bit like having squash that's been diluted and it lasts you a couple of glasses, or squash that is the purest form that it is and it lasts you like 6 months. So that kind of concept. And you might initially pay more for that squash, but because it lasts you longer and you divide it by how long it lasts you, it costs you so much less per day per glass. So incredible. Also, what it means is that you're supporting an independent business. So when you buy from an Arbonne consultant, you're supporting an independent business, which one means you get better quality service. Whereas when you go to the shop, you don't get that good quality service because they don't care, they're just there to do a job. Whereas when you're supporting an independent business, people care a lot more. They look after you, they send you gifts on your birthday, gifts at Christmas, to let you know about special offers. They give you that service where if you ask them a question, they're there for you 24/7, and even if they don't respond straight away, they will get back to you quite quickly. So you get a better quality service, so better product, more affordable, and you've got that service. So that's kind of why and how Arbonne run, but how a consultant builds a multi-million-pound business from their mobile phone. Because if you're like me, you might think, well, it sounds like an easy bit of pocket money, but how on earth does somebody build a six-figure income with their mobile phone and an Arbonne business? Like, how does so many people keep getting the white Mercedes? How does so many people keep retiring their spouse, leaving their own job, going part-time, being able to fund mission trips abroad and do volunteer work? How are so many people earning this six-figure income from a little lipstick business, if you like? That's exactly what I thought. So I'm going to show you how it works. So if you were to start an Arbonne business, let's say, what you do is you pay £56, that's in English sterling, obviously other countries will be different currency, and that buys you your website. So it's a little bit like an online franchise in that you don't need to do anything else. The website is all built for you, everything's in place. You just need to write a little bit about yourself and add a photograph of yourself. Everything else is done, all the infrastructure is in place. You've got your own customer service team, you've got your legal department, you've got your product marketing, you've got your catalogs all made, everything is done for you. All you need to do is use the products yourself, because obviously if you're going to be recommending products, the last thing you want to do is recommend a product and somebody comes to your house and you're not using the shampoo that you've been supposedly recommending. So you know, you've got to have that tenacity. So use the products yourself. So rather than looking at shampoo in your bathroom from the supermarket that does not pay you to use it, you buy an Arbonne shampoo, it pays you to use it, it's a better product, it's healthier, you're going to be healthier and happier. And in the long run, you're going to build a multi-million-pound business. So you buy your website, 56 English pounds, obviously different currencies for different countries. And you pay that once, and then every 12 months, you pay a renewal of 22 English pounds. Now that buys you your website. Now I always say to people, this is like having a gym membership. You can buy your gym membership. If you never go to the gym, you're not going to see the benefits of the gym. And if you don't go to the gym, you can't blame the gym for not having the results that you thought you were going to gain when you signed up to the gym. That's what I say to people about an Arbonne business. You can start an Arbonne business, but if you don't work your Arbonne business, you will not see the results that you thought you were going to see when you started. You actually have to do something. You know, it's a bit of a common misconception. People start a network marketing business with word of mouth referrals, and then they're pretty shocked to find out that they actually have to do something. Yes, you do actually have to do something. What you have to do is use the products and help people that are looking for healthier products. Now, that is not everybody in the whole wide world. There are 7 billion people on our planet, and I will say that 90% of people are interested in healthier products, but not everybody is. So please do not be alarmed if you speak to somebody about a healthier product and they couldn't care less, because that's pretty obvious by the fact that so many people know that they should be drinking 5 pints of water a day or eating 5 fruit and vegetable a day. People know what they need to do, but they're not willing to do it. So please do not be alarmed if somebody says, I get that your products are healthier, I totally get the whole concept, but it's not for me. Don't take it personally. It's just the way that people are. So the people that are interested, you need to find the people that do care about their health and that do care about building a secondary income. So I'm going to show you how this works with the people that you speak to that are interested. Just don't worry about the ones that are. If you were to help 5 people, so you start off in the first couple of months, you start speaking to people about your products. People start noticing the difference in your skin, the difference in your health, the difference in your children's skin, your hair. People start to see the energy that you've got, and you've got a spring in your step and you're happier. And they say, what are you doing? And you say, oh, I'm doing this Arbonne thing. Let me tell you a little bit about it. And so you do, and they say, I definitely want to do that as well. So you find 5 people that do that. I'm just going to use 5 as an example. You can obviously help as many people as you want. This is just keeping it simple. So you help 5 people get started, and they all pay for their Arbonne website, and they become a consultant like you. So this is called your team. So in your team, there's 5 people plus you, so that's 6 people in your team, or some people call it your network. So this is now your network. There's 6 people in your network. And then each of those 5 friends go on to tell 5 friends each. So they've all got 5 friends each, and they do the same. That is now 25 more people in your network or in your team. So in total, we've got 25 plus 5 is 30, plus you is 31. So there's now 31 people in your team, okay? So keep going with me here. So if they all tell 5 people each, again, just using 5 as an example, some people tell 100, some people tell 0. So just to keep it really simple. If they tell 5 people each, you go, yeah, you know, I'm interested in that. That is now an extra 125 more people in your team or in your network. And then we'll do it one more time just to show you the power of the numbers. They do the same. This is a bit like telling people about Facebook, really, isn't it? If everyone tells 5 people each about Facebook when it first came around and we all migrated over from MySpace to Facebook, it's sort of that word of mouth spreads and spreads and spreads. And unless you personally knew Mark Zuckerberg, this is kind of how it grew. So that's now 625. So now let's see how many in total we have in our network, in our team. So 65 plus 1 to 5. Right, 780. Mind you, that's not including yourself, but we'll just stick with 780, keep it nice and simple. So 780 people that have all got their own online business. So everyone's got their own online business and everyone is using the products themselves and helping customers and clients order products as well. Everyone's having a great time. Now let's say that every single person's business turns over, let's do it over here. Let's say everyone's business turns over £100 a month. Now, anyone that has their own business, I know that saying a turnover of £100 a month is absolutely nothing. I know that Amazon probably do that like within a second, but this is just to keep it really simple. So if everybody's business turned over £100 a month, so that's probably 4 products a month bought on their website, so 1 product a week. So everyone's got a shop online and everybody's shop sells 1 product a week. And that might even have been bought by the consultant themselves. So 1 product a week leaves each website. So you add up the total turnover. So if everybody's shop, so we've got 780 people, everyone's shop turns over £100 a month. That means the total turnover in the whole network is £78,000 of total turnover. So that's total turnover. So you earn a percentage of the total turnover. So the percentage varies from 1% to 18%. And let's say you earn 10%, something in the middle. So if you earn 10% of that total turnover, you're going to be earning £7,800. So £7,800 would be what you'd earn that month. So you'd earn that a month. So this is how people are building these 6-figure incomes based on building a network. But it wasn't a case of you going out there and finding tons of people, because no one's got the time to do that. You've helped 5 people and they've helped 5 people and they've helped 5 people. So this is how you grow a network. And obviously you can help way more people than that. So I'm going to show you that in actual figures of how you reach the first level of promotion in this business, because that was just to give you an idea. Now I'm going to put it into real figures for you. So there was only 4 levels in Arbonne. The first level is a district manager. So I'm going to show you how people reach the first level. So level number 1 is a district manager. Now to become a district manager, your whole team needs to turn over 6,000 points. Now we call it QB points. The reason why is because we're in different countries. So somebody in Australia or Canada, New Zealand, Taiwan, Poland, USA can understand exactly that we're talking about the same thing rather than us talking in currency. 1 point is roughly $1, just to sort of keep it really simple. So to be a district manager, you need to turn over in your whole team 6,000 points over 1 month or 2 months. Now most people do it over 2, so that's what I'm going to go with here. You can do it over 1 month. In fact, you can do it over 3 as well, but let's keep it really simple. 2 months, that's 3,000 in 1 month, 3,000 the second month. So to reach level 1, you need to have a total turnover of 6,000 points in your whole team, your whole network. So the average spend, per person coming onto the website is 150 points or QB. Now in English sterling, that's between 60 and 80 pounds. Now the average spend being 150 points is actually what most consultants spend themselves anyway, because the average household spends £100 a month on personal care products. So that actually ties in with why the average spend is 150 points. Now that is the consultants in your team, and it's also the customers in your team. So we call our customers PCs, and we've also got our consultants. So the average spend is 150 points. Now some people spend way more than that. Some people spend like 800 points, and some people spend less. So let's just stick with the average to keep it really simple. So if the average spend is 150 points, to be a district manager, what you need is, so we're going to split this over 2 months. So what you need is 20 spends a month. So 20 spends a month. So that can be a mix of ICs or PCs, doesn't really matter, 20 a month, which works out 5 a week, which works out 1 a day going on a 5-day week. So this is how simple this is. So to become a district manager, and a district manager, for me, my average income as a district manager is £700 a month, which, you know, is just brilliant. So what you need is, if you're working on a 5-day week, 1 person a day to shop within the whole of your team. Doesn't even have to just be your personal shop, in the whole of your team. So 1 shop a day, which works out 5 a week, which works out 20 a month. And you do that for 2 months and you're a district manager. Simple. So now I'm going to show you level number 2, which is an area manager. Now, as an area manager, my average income was about £2,000 a month. Ooh, losing my little rubber. So now I'm going to show you how to reach area manager. And area manager is exciting because the business is actually willable as well. So you can actually will this income to your family. So an area manager needs 24,000 points over 2 months. Now, again, going on the average spend being 150 points, I'm just going to go with that as the average. So what you need here is we're going to is 160 spends over the 2 months. So 150 spends, 150 average spends, or shoppers, people purchasing. So that works out at 80 a month, and this is within your whole team, which works out at 20 a week, which works out at 4 a day based on a 5-day week. I mean, that's throughout your whole network. So if there were 780 people in your network, I'm pretty sure that's pretty doable. So that's how you reach level 1 and level 2. Now, there are other levels, there are 4 altogether, but I'm not going to bore you going on because it's pretty much the same. It's just the numbers just get bigger and bigger, but then so does the team. So it all boils down to the same concept. So that is how people build these 6-figure incomes, even 7-figure incomes from their mobile phone with their online website, building a network of people that want to be consumers of healthy products. Simple. Thank you for listening.